Okay, welcome to the first video of Fat Trader. I'm going to be doing a bunch of different videos here. We're going to kind of take planet by planet. We're going to use historical analysis, planetary aspects, different things like that, and technical analysis. We're going to go through all the planets and give you an idea on forecasting using financial astrology. So hopefully I'm going to keep it very short, maybe not in this video, but keep it very short to make it easier to get the information and then so you can try it on your own. The first one we're going to look at is Mercury in retrograde. And basically what that means, and the planets in retrograde, if you're looking at it, it seems like it's moving backwards, hence the term retrograde. So you'll see a good example of how that works or what to look for, but it's no big deal. And one of the answers or one of the questions that I want to answer is this. If this works the way you say it works, how come everyone doesn't do it? And it's that four-letter word work. Okay, it, it's very difficult to get the information, or it used to be, but now with the internet, you can find this information a lot quicker, and then so it shouldn't be any excuse of doing it. But now it's just the confusing nature because it is like learning a new language. But this video, I'm going to go through it really quick, kind of show you how things work, and then the other ones that follow should be a snap for you to learn. Okay, so we're here at www.astro.com. And basically what this gives you is what's called a ephemeris. Now, this is the information that when I was in the Navy, this is what we used to use to calculate our location. And it was more of an exercise to make sure you knew how to do it before you can go up in rank. And so we had to learn all this. So even though we had all the equipment on board to actually tell us where we were and where we're going and everything else, you still had a requirement to learn this and have someone sign off on you. So this was my first encounter with the ephemeris, and using the book is really difficult. You can get the book at the library, but using this website makes it so much easier. So what we're going to do, so you would go here. Let's just go to 2016. So you can see it's going to open up a little chart for me here. And there's 2016. And let's just kind of go here. And I just like to show this so you can get a little idea of how it works. So right here you can have the day. You got the sun and the moon, and then you got Mercury. Now we're going to go through each one of these planets and what they mean and how to incorporate them, but we're just going to start with Mercury now. And as you can see, Mercury, there it is on the 6th, changed sign to Taurus. Kept going, kept going, kept going, because it was in Taurus there. And it keeps going. And then as you can see on the 29th here, there's an R. That R means this is the date that it goes in retrograde. Chart of S&P 500 or SPY, which is the ETF. Now, dates, we went for 2014, we looked at all the dates Mercury goes in retrograde, and we're using SPY. So basically, the first date that it went into retrograde was February 7th, 2014. So I know this is kind of not the best way of looking at it, but I kind of wanted the blue here, if you can see it, hopefully you can, shows the date when it went retrograde, and then you can see the gain or the swing. Next date was June 7th. So here we go. As you can see, it's going up, and right there, June 7th, and then here we drop down basically by about $5 or $6. So it's again basically just marking the swing. The next date we have, I believe, is in July 1st, right before the 4th of July weekend. So here's July 1st is the swing date, and then you have this here. So again, we're looking, and I have another video that kind of shows the what types of strategies you would use, which would be options, because you're using this particular method. You would want to use options, and actually weekly and monthly options would be what you would like to kind of use for this. Okay. The next date we have is October 2014. So again, we're coming up here. It hits and then drops like a rock. Now this particular incident went from 197 down to 182. Doesn't seem like that much, maybe $10, but it was basically done in a couple of weeks. If you had an option on this, for example, pay $1.50 or $2.50 for it, you can see you're more than made up for it. But let's continue on. let's look at, and then 19th, 2015. So let's go ahead and go over to May 19th. And here we are, May 19th. You see it going up, up, up. Here's the red, kind of tells you a little bit if those of you are into candlesticks. But here we go. And then we had the drop. This one went from, let's say, 213 down to 207. September 18th. As you can see up here. And then the drop here. And the last one, October 1st. Here's October 1st, and there's your next swing. Okay, so that was 2014 and 2015. So we're in February right now, actually 13th, 14th of February. So we'd still do the same thing. We would go to the ephemeris, we'd find Mercury, and then we're going to look to find out exactly when it has its sign change. So we're going down, 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 and we see Wednesday. See that R there? We see Wednesday, it does have a sign change. Okay, so get that information down, January 6th. Now I'm on stock charts, just kind of mixing things up here. So now we're going to do the same thing. So now we're here in December, and now we're looking for, and as you can see, right here on that little square that's moving, it's going to give you the date. So we're going to go here with the date, and there's the 4th, here's the 5th at 2:01. And then there's the 6th when Mercury went into retrograde. Closing price was 198, and then it continued till it hit its bottom at 185. So again, this move has nothing to do with volatility or whatever's happening to the market. We're just saying on this date it's going to make its move. And again, you are predicting time on this particular one. Now, for those of you who like to do weekly options, here's the option for you. Here we are on the, or like I call it, since we got the signal that was going to be on the 6th, what you would do is on January 5th, right before market closes, is when you would actually enter the trade. And basically you would either enter a straddle or a strangle. Or if you just really believe it's going down or believe it's going up, you can do, either way you want to. But this is probably the safest way in doing this, because you do know it's going to be a swing. You know it's going to be a pretty big swing. So this way you know that if on this particular example, I think the 5th was a Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday of 2016. So we can go back and check it out. Oh yeah, and so what we do if we're on the 5th and we do buy the option, the weekly option is only 3 days till expiration, so that means it's dirt cheap. So if we actually, and then putting it on the 5th, so for the event that's happening on the 6th, then on the 6th you see that it dropped to 198 at closing price. So basically you've already broke even on the first day, and the next day went down to 194. So you simply, in that time frame, made $500 from this particular trade. So kind of explains how WD Gann and other planetary or financial investors made so much in the commodity market and things like this by using this particular strategy. So that is it. So remember the website, and that was our first one. So we're going to be going into crude oil and different planets and things that you need for each market and each planet. So we're going to try to match them all up, and hopefully this whole series will be done pretty quick, and they'll give you some more insight on investing using planets.